Hey, New Wine, we're in the middle of Holy Week and we're getting real close to a significant day in Holy Week. I would say it's the second most significant day. It's Good Friday, when we recognize the work that Jesus did for us by dying on the cross in our place. This is a significant day in any church because it's one of the most significant moments in the whole world, in all of humanity. And every year at our church, we have chosen to commemorate this by putting on an art show so that people can meditate on the last moments of Jesus' life. It's called the Stations of the Cross. Now, we didn't come up with that. The Stations of the Cross is an ancient thing. In fact, a lot of people say that the way that it was created is that there was a special walk that pilgrims who wanted to walk in the last steps of Jesus' life in Jerusalem, that they would go there and they would go to these different sites and see, well, this is where Jesus was condemned by Caiaphas, and this is where Jesus was sentenced to death by Pilate. This is where Simon helped him carry the cross. This is where he was crucified and died. You know, there's all these different sites. But because a lot of folks weren't able to make that pilgrimage, they exported it out into different churches and used art to be able to significantly capture those last moments of Jesus' life. And like I said, since New Wine started, we have used graffiti artists, street artists, we have bought art, we have used local artists. I mean, just every possible medium that we possibly could to be able to, capture these moments in a kind of abstract or relevant or even flat out, this is what it was way. A couple years ago, we actually bought some art to install in our church, and because of kind of being nomadic like we are and always ending up in a new location, the art has kind of just sat. But we also bought the images and the rights to those images. And so what we're going to do this beautiful Good Friday that's happening during the COVID-19 outbreak, where we are sheltering in place and not allowed to gather or have an art show, is we are going to, and this is not my idea, I just want to say, you give credit and honor where it's due. This was Jen Baker's idea, which I really couldn't really do this COVID-19 stuff without, because she's been such a big help. But we are going to take a timeline that, we have a timeline because of the Bible. It gives us hints into like what time these events happened. And starting, I think it's about 6 o'clock in the morning, all the way till about 9 o'clock at night, we are going to post several of these in the timeline that they actually happened. I mean, that's going to be super dope. So these images that we have, their purpose is to help us remember when Jesus was condemned, when Jesus was betrayed, when Jesus went through all of what he went through. And throughout the day, up until when Jesus dies on the cross, we'll be able to view those times in our timing in the West here and kind of have that experience. Now, if you work all day because you're an essential worker and you ain't got time they won't let you get away so that you can, we got a dog in the house, to be able to check it out, just wait till the end of the day and look at all of them, it's fine. And then there'll be another special image on Easter that you can look at. But we're not going to allow this pandemic to stop us from preaching the gospel, because Jesus said this: when I'm lifted up, I will draw all men to myself. One of the most significant ways that we've always lifted up Jesus in his death is by allowing people to come experience it, not with words, but with art. So I hope you take the time to make maybe a calendar note on the different times posted with this post about when you should look at the different events. Or maybe just, put a reminder that Friday, it's Good Friday, even though I'm stuck at home and I'm not doing my normal thing. And so I need to remember that Jesus died for my sins, and my church has offered me this way of doing so. Because really the most important thing we can do is remember what he did for us and allow that to change us. So, hey, remember, Good Friday is coming and Easter is coming, and this is a significant week in which we Christians remember that we are the most blessed of all the people of God. Peace.